seeing glimpses of heaven. Oh, I could stay here forever with my heart wide open. I'm getting lost in your presence. I'm seeing glimpses of heaven. Oh, I could stay here forever with my heart wide open. I'm getting lost in your presence. I'm seeing heaven. Oh, I could stay here forever and ever with my heart wide open. So I'm gonna worship with my heart wide open. I don't wanna miss a thing, 'cause you take what was broken and make it new. I'm gonna trust you with my heart wide open. With my heart wide open. With my heart wide open.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
I don't know. They might have fallen out of the sky.
I suppose we should get going.
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Invasion. It is Friday.
Oh, what? We're live?
We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. And, man, to kick off the show today, we're pretty excited because, man, you got to go out and watch some arena football.
Dude.
And since then, we got hooked up with the Duke City Gladiators. Thank you, Paul, our buddy Paul.
Yeah.
And right now, live in the studio is head coach Dominique Vermonte. What's up, Dominic?
Good morning.
Hey, man.
Good morning.
You
Hey,
have the dopest voice, man.
Hey, are there people out there awake now that are ready to talk some football?
Let's
Oh,
talk some
dude.
football, man.
We've already had people chiming in, a couple of people saying, all right, well, here comes the best of this morning. People didn't think we were going to be live because
Yep.
we're going to be broadcasting live later in the day at Isotopes Park for a few hours. We got Freedom Celebration tonight, so we had some haters already. Didn't believe we were going to be here.
Oh, we're
gonna be
here.
live.
We're
Yeah, we're
here.
here.
Well, I
We're
don't know
here.
if we're going to talk football or baseball today.
I know,
I'm
right?
ready for either one,
I
man.
love it.
You know,
We're
Lord
talking
knows
sports.
I talk about football all the time. I'm ready to talk about a little hardball, so.
Dude, I love everything that you just said. We talk sports, that's for sure. Both of us in here, huge fans. He likes, some basketball.
I'm a basketball
He
guy.
is a basketball guy.
So it's the off season for him now.
Off
I know,
season,
right?
yeah. So, I'll watch football every now and then. I played football. I had probably 4 or 5 different concussions. I blame all of my if I say something stupid, I blame it on my CTE.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's that
Yeah.
your radio personality
Exactly.
is garnered by.
Oh, man. Let's kick it off here. The Duke City Gladiators. And not everybody in the ABQ even knows we have a team. You know what I'm saying? And our friend Paul hit us up and was like, hey, I need you to come to a game. You got to check this out. I promise you. We got a team playing in the conference championship. It's at Tingley Coliseum, and I'm going, wait, what? He's like, yeah, man, you got to come check it out. And we were at the game this last week, and I don't think I was prepared for what was going to go down. Like, that was...
You know, we tell everybody, and since day one we're in the market, the one thing I say to everybody, if you've never been to an arena football game, I'm going to guarantee you one thing. If you come to one, you'll go to another.
Yeah, man.
Because the product is unlike anything you've ever seen before. You know, before we got here, really the football for adults around here, you know, was spectating the NFL. But if you went to a game where adults were playing, it was semi-pro football.
Yeah.
So when we started, people kind of associated us as semi-pro.
Yeah.
And I was adamant going, hey, this is not semi-pro football.
Yeah.
Our players work all year round. Our players, you know, if you look at our team this year, you know, you're talking about talent.
Yeah.
You're talking about players from all 5 power conferences in college. You're talking about like Terrell Johnson, who was a first-team All Big 12 offensive lineman, All Big 12. Matt Moss, who was a starting defensive end / outside linebacker with Texas A&M. His partner on the other side of the ball was Von Miller.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about great talent, great local guys.
Yeah.
Jason Serta, you know, a Manzano, Eastern New Mexico kid. You know, it's a great brand of football. You know, our players are players who've either played in the league, and when I mean the league, the National Football League, trying to get back there, or players who hadn't gotten the opportunity out of college and are trying to create an opportunity to go to the highest level.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because when you come to a game, you're going to see high-quality football.
Yeah.
Nothing against semi-pro guys. Nothing against them. I love those guys. They love the game of football. You know, they're holding on to something of their youth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all for that. Our guys live and breathe this all year round.
Yeah.
What are some of the big differences between, let's say, the NFL and arena football? Because I know it seems a lot faster, and then, of course, you have people getting checked into the wall like hockey.
Right.
What are some of the other big differences?
Well, because it is a hockey style, a size arena, 50 yards long, 85 feet wide, you know, the rules are predicated for offense because when fans go to a game like in the league, they want to see offense.
Yep.
They don't want to see only the purists want to see a defensive game.
Yeah.
People want to see offense, and so when they develop this game, they developed it for the rules to favor the offense. So what you'll see is 2 offensive receivers in motion before the ball is snapped.
Yeah.
So when the ball is snapped, 2 receivers are going full speed at at the snap of the ball, not from a stationary position. They're going full speed, which adds an advantage to it because fans want to see points.
Dude, and there are some fast people on that team. I was already freaking out because I didn't know it was going to be different. And off the line, you got dudes backed up 10 yards and then get a running start. And and there's this dude who's like it says 5'7" on the line, but let's talk about number 0, who is like the fastest.
Davis.
Dude, that is the fastest dude I've ever seen in real life. Like, he is ridiculous. Like,
Dello Davis, without a doubt, is the best offensive player in this league. He's a pit bull. I mean,
crazy.
He might be 5'8", but in a world of 6'3" and above.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, he is electric. Our home fans don't really get a chance to see him in his environment, which is on the road.
Okay.
And when he's on the road, not only is he going after our opponent's defense, he's going after their fans. You know, he's on top of walls.
Dude,
I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy. We were in a box because it turned out Pastor Skip was doing the pregame prayer for the conference championship game this last week, and so they were in a box, and we ended up going over there. So we're up against the I want to say the sideline, but there's no sideline. I was watching you, and I'm going, what happens if there's an interception? Because y'all are just on the field. It's like there's no sideline. There's nothing like that. You are on the field with your headset yelling at people, and then all of a sudden plays going on. And if there's an interception, it's like, are you jumping over the railing?
Well, most coaches jump over the railing.
Do they really?
Myself, I roll over the railing. So, No, you get in the way. I mean, that's you get hit. This year, I've been hit twice.
Really?
You
I would
know,
imagine
on
if you didn't know Dominic, he's a big man.
Yeah, man, you
it would be
gotta
like
get to our
hitting a
Facebook
wall.
and
If you
YouTube.
ran into
Yeah.
Dominic, it'd be like hitting a wall.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
and so no, you're part of the game. If you're sitting in the front or
Wow.
front two rows, you know, you better pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
Because you might get hit with a player, never mind a football.
The
Yeah.
splash zone.
I mean,
yeah.
it's really no joke.
Oh, I know.
I mean, there
yeah.
are fans that come and possibly they're really a part of the game. They're
Wow.
in the game. Remember
Yeah.
the video game? Or in the game.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
literally in the game, and unfortunately, some fans have gone home bruised up.
Oh, yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
a football goes into the stands, similar to baseball,
Yeah.
it's coming at 80 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
You know, and so you don't
Saw
get
some
out
of
of
that. That's for sure. Definitely
Yeah.
saw some of that. It was incredible to watch, though, man. So
And these guys, let me tell you, when you go to a game, you saw it from both teams.
Yeah.
These guys are giving their blood, their skin.
Yeah.
You know, just from this past game that you were at.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was at the hospital visiting our receiver, Dexter Manley,
Okay. Yeah.
who suffered a torn patella and a torn ACL in that game. So he gives it all for the fan base and his teammates.
Yeah.
And then Monday, I'll be back at the same hospital again. Our kicker tore his patella. So he's getting surgery on Monday. And then you saw the other teams. They had, you know, injuries that pulled players out of the game. This is really, hence the name Gladiator. This is
Right.
Gladiator,
Yeah.
It really is.
Spartan, you know, football.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
no joke.
Well,
This
like you
is-
were saying, you know, these are guys that want to make it to the next level too. So it's probably like watching college football or college basketball compared to like the NFL or the NBA.
Man.
Sometimes the pro level can be kind of like they're not really pushing as hard as they could.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this
and
is
this level. It's
Yeah.
I can imagine it's tense, right?
It's listen, I always say to the guys over the years, I've always given them, you know, my heartfelt love, because society today, you know, for some reason, I don't know why, when we hit a certain age, we grow up.
right.
You know, and when you grow up, the dream dies. And I've never understood that.
Yeah.
You know, after a while, the dream is over. If you're going after a dream, whether it's sports or something else, you know, entertainment, you know, you always got people around to say, hey, it's time to get a real
exactly.
job.
I was going to say
Oh, man.
society is the problem.
Right. It's time to get a real
Yeah.
job. It's time to. Well, our guys who range from the age of 22 through 35,
Yeah.
they're still dreaming.
Yep.
You know, they're still, you know, going after it, even though some of them are, you know, have people around them saying, when are you going to give this game up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when are you
Yeah.
going to get a real job? When are you going to get a career? When are you going to start? And so I admire these men because they don't listen to that,
Yeah.
you know, and they say, hey, no matter what,
Yeah.
I'm still going to go after our dream. What is the main question that when you're young that you're asked? Hey, what are you going to be when you get older?
Yep.
What happened
Yeah.
to that?
Exactly.
You know, you hit a certain age
Oh,
and
man.
you know, and so that's what these guys are. They're going after a dream with every fiber of their being,
Man.
to the point they're putting their bodies, their health on the line.
I'm glad you're talking about this, man. Talking with Dominic, head coach of the Duke City Gladiators. And I wrote this down because we were talking off air. My son, my 12-year-old, he plays baseball. Landon, his son, plays basketball. And we were talking, you know, it's summertime, and 50% of the time we're watching these kids check out and they're playing Fortnite instead. They're just kind of. And one thing I got from that was, how hard do you want your how badly do you want that dream, like when you're pursuing your dream? Because, you know, we as Christians, we believe that, like, we're created in the image of this God, and we every single human being has a unique gift, a talent, a purpose, whatever it is they're created for. And why does that stop when they're 16, when they're 18, when they're 20, if you have this
When they're 30.
desire,
Yeah, right.
this purpose that you believe, like, nah, dude, I'm created for this, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's the game. Talk a little bit about that, because, I mean,
You know, one of the things that we look at our kids and we get them to participate in, for example, we're here, you know, talking sports.
yeah,
The greatest lesson that sport teaches our young people, okay? And I hope for the parents out there that they, you know, that they buy into this. The greatest lesson that sport teaches is not about winning. It's not about success. The greatest lesson, which is what we need when it goes after our dreams,
Yeah.
how do you handle failure?
Yes.
What do you do with failure?
Yeah.
Because in this world, as human beings, we're fallible.
Yep.
And so no one lives the perfect life.
Yep.
Even in sport, what is practice for? Practice is for to make mistakes.
Yeah.
If we weren't supposed to make mistakes, we wouldn't practice. We'd show up on game day. But what do you do with failure?
Yeah.
I give the analogy all the time for our young people. Let's stick with baseball.
Yeah.
You know, what do you call a high school baseball player that fails 70% of the time?
Oh man, an all-star. He
All
is-
state.
Yeah,
You call
yeah.
them all state.
Yeah.
What do you call last night was, game 3 of the College World Series. I'm a
Yep.
baseball fan.
Oh
I know
yeah,
this.
I know.
What do you call a college baseball player that fails 70% of the time? You call them All-American.
Yep.
And then what do you call a professional baseball player that fails 70% of the
There
time?
it is.
You
Yeah.
call them multimillionaire.
Yeah.
It's what do you do with failure?
Yep.
How do you handle it? Does failure stop you from dreaming? Does failure stop the dream?
Right.
Does failure lead you into other aspects of life? And that's the key to going after your dream is how do you sustain failure? How do you sustain being fallible?
Yeah.
You know, baseball, basketball, does the leading scorer in any league ever shoot more than 40%?
Right.
Which tells you in basketball, the missed shot is more about the game than the made shot. What do you do with failure?
Yeah.
And when you're going after your dreams, you guys wanted to go after your dreams doing this, man.
Yeah.
How many obstacles did you have?
Right.
Hey, man, I can do this, but maybe I'm not getting paid enough to pay my bills. What do I do?
Exactly.
Do I go and get another job and give up on this dream and go, what might have been? And so, you talk about your Christian faith,
Yeah.
and human beings being fallible,
Yep.
the ability to forgive and forgive oneself for
Exactly.
their
Yep.
mistakes. Go after your dream. For any of those young people, parents, when I talk to organizations, I don't just talk to the kids. I talk to the parents and say, hey, it's never too late.
Yeah.
Whatever your dream is, it's never too late. In today's day and age, go to a college campus. When I went to school, I'm a little older than you guys here, unfortunately. I might sound just as young as you guys, but I'm a little older than you guys. When I went to school, there was just young people on campus.
Yeah.
Go to schools now
Yep.
and see people of all ages. You'll see seniors on campus now. This world is for living,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And so for the young people, for the parents, for the listeners out there, man, the key to life is feeling good about who you are. And to feel good about who you are, you got to feel good about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I always tell everybody it's called QTL, quality time left. How do you want to live the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I tell our players all the time who always faced with family members or whatever, hey, when are you going to give this game up? When are you going to
When you get a real job.
Right. I always tell them, listen, the bottom line is here's how I want you to think. One day, whether you like it or not, you're going to be on your deathbed.
Yeah.
And you're going to look at your life. And you're going to go over, hopefully, a lack of regrets. And one of those regrets is never going to be, God, I played this game too long.
Yeah.
But a regret will be, I gave the game up too soon.
Yeah.
So, for your dreams, never give up on those dreams, man. I tell people with education, when you get you get your degree and they send you your diploma, it never has a date on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't make a difference if you get it in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Go after your dream.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about what our kids do. When you talk to your kids, man, how cool is it when, you talk to them about, hey, do you still say to your kids, what are you going to do?
Right.
If they say, hey, I want to play in the NBA or I want to play in the
Yep.
major leagues, do you go, that's not going to happen?
Right.
The percentage of that is less than 1%. So,
Right.
don't do that, and,
Never.
it's all about, hey, okay, now what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What
How are we going to get there?
Exactly. What's your
Yeah.
game plan?
Yeah.
And then part of that game plan or a major part is how you going to handle a failure?
How do
you going to handle the no's?
Yeah.
So right now, my son, he's almost 13, and he is lazy, and that's pretty typical and normal. And sometimes you have those kids who just want to work. Like Steve-O's kids are Luke and Jack. They are
Gosh.
both these phenomenal athletes that Luke is playing 4 hours a day, in baseball, just because he wants to be great.
Practice.
My son wants to just play video games all day and sleep.
But still be great.
Where's that line as a dad to where you want them to be great? Do you make them? Do you just shut the Xbox off and be like, "Hey, let's go,
Get
Like,
outside.
how do you handle
You're running
that?
drills.
Well, I can't tell you how to be a parent. You know your child and stuff like that.
You're like, no, tell him.
I need to know."
on,
what I
Dominic.
would do is, and I face the same thing with my son. Right now, if you came over to my house, I have his game.
Yeah.
You want your game, you enjoy playing your game, and I want my son to enjoy playing his game. But you got to put the work in.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you put the work in, you get rewarded.
Yeah.
All right. Get to the gym, get your training in. I'll give you your game back. You go play a couple hours of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Just don't treat it like it's his right to play Fortnite. One of the things that our young people, a lot of them, that's wonderful that your son is self-motivated and going.
I mean, he's painting a better picture. He plays some Fortnite.
But on the same token, when we talk about going after your dreams as a parent, do what you think is best. So when you get to be 40, 50 years old and your kid is 25, you don't have any regrets to say, should I have should I have pushed them harder?
Right.
You're never going to regret pushing them too hard because when he gets older, one of the things that your son doesn't realize is that he's 13 now, and he thinks when he's 20, he's going to think like he did when he was 13.
Yeah.
Right.
But because you've experienced it, you're not going to think that way.
Right.
You're not going to think like you did at 20 when you're 30. We evolve.
Yeah.
And if you push your son now and hold him to a higher standard, I promise you, when he matures, he's going to appreciate it.
That's good.
He's going to appreciate it and say, hey, man, my dad, kids want to be held accountable.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
And so how far is too far to push your kid, what's not to push your kid. But just like going after your dream, you want to have no regrets in trying to push your son because if you push him and he wants to make it in basketball and he doesn't, but from the pushing and the lessons that you give him, they're life lessons.
Yeah.
It might pour into some other aspect of life
Right.
that he goes into.
Yep.
So it's all a circle. It's all universal. Don't be afraid to push them. Don't be afraid to say, hey, because we know games are addictive.
Right.
And so equip them. You're like a coach.
Yeah.
Do the best that you can to put them in a position of success. No, you're not going to play the game right now. We're going to go to the track, or we're going to go to the gym, or we're going to go to the pool, or we're going to get a little work in right now.
Yeah.
And then you come back and play the game.
Yeah.
Parents, don't be afraid to push those kids because the kids aren't mature enough to make decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
Who likes to train? You can look at me and say, Coach doesn't like to train. He's motivating people. There's a lot of times I feel like that Chris Farley Saturday night. Remember the motivational character?
Of
You'll
course.
find yourself down by a trailer. Don't fear, hey, do I push my kid up to the point he don't love the game anymore?
Right.
They're not mature enough to understand.
Yeah.
They need you on that point in time to kind of steer the ship. They can't steer their own ship. The good Lord touches some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are touched where they are self-motivated.
Yes.
But more so than not, most of them need to be pushed, need to be motivated, need to be, including my son. When I give him another speech, I could see his eyes go up in his head. But I look at my older son, and my older son is 24 years old and went through college, and now he's into his life, and he implores his little brother, please listen to Dad.
Yeah.
I didn't, and I regret it that I didn't take the lessons that Dad was teaching me. Listen to Dad.
Yeah.
So keep pushing him, man,
That's
because it's a family.
Yeah.
It's a family it's a family event. When somebody makes it, we were talking about a Steve Trout. Steve Trout wouldn't have made it without his dad.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you that. It's a family.
Right.
When we're trying to achieve dreams, you know, that's a family event.
Dominic, you were born to be a head coach,
Right?
Like I'm
I'm motivated. Winter tryouts, bro.
Two-a-days, bro.
Winter tryouts.
Two-a-days.
Let's go play arena
We're
football.
gonna play football. Speaking of Duke City Gladiators, the championship bowl. We got like 2 minutes, but I want to talk about this because for those that don't realize it, Duke City Gladiators are pretty good. Like I went to the conference
very good.
championship, very good, and all of a sudden it's like this Saturday we're playing for the title. I'm like, what?
Well, you know, in our first press conference 4 years ago, you know, I was asked by one of the reporters, you know, how do you plan on getting people to a game?
Yeah.
They said things like this don't work in Albuquerque. And I said, the goal is we have to win.
Right.
But winning is a process.
Yeah.
And so, you know, in my mind, I had a 4 to 5 year process.
Okay.
Winning is a process saying, hey, hopefully by our 4th year, we're one of the top teams in the league.
Yeah.
This is our 4th year. So I kind of sound like I knew what I was talking about. In reality, I was faking it because I had a 4-year contract. But, yeah, you know, this is our 4th year. You know, by winning the amount, you know, I think we're the only franchise in arena football to never have a losing season.
Wow.
Our goal was to put football tradition on the map, not only in Albuquerque, but in New Mexico. It doesn't have a good reputation.
That's true.
UNM football has struggled. High school football, great coaches, not put up there with the states like Texas and Florida and Oklahoma and, you know, Pennsylvania and, you know, and so our goal was to try to help the culture of football because football is a tool of empowerment.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the key. You guys here, what do you do with your listener? What does the pastor do? We empower.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to use, the good Lord gave me the ability to empower through football.
Yeah.
And so that was our goal. And it's wonderful that in our 4th year that, you know, the mayor comes out.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the
yeah.
mayor is, you know, in our box. Or,
I love it.
You know, quarterback for us in the preseason game. And, you know, things of that nature that now the news organizations, the newspapers, they all, you know, hey, the Duke City Gladiators, they're in the playoffs. Hey, the Duke City Gladiators, they're in a conference championship. Oh, my goodness, they're in the league championship.
Yep.
And we need that. You know, any city needs that. But anything that makes you feel good, hey, man, hey, our team is winning.
Yeah.
You guys didn't even know we had a team, but you're going, hey, our team is winning. This
Right?
is cool.
Yeah,
Let's,
right.
you
I know, I love
but
it.
let's bring, you know, who's the coach? You know, and let's bring them in. And so, you know, that's what's gratifying.
Man,
so
there
cool.
it is. DukeCityGladiators.com for details. But yeah, guys, we got a team.
Heck yeah.
We got a really good team.
Yeah, good
So-
luck this weekend.
Dominic, you are
appreciate it.
open door policy. You come kick it anytime, man.
Hey,
That
I'm
was-
here
that was
because of
fun.
Jason Pena.
That was
Dude,
fun.
Jason,
All right.
thank you so much.
Jason's a brother of mine, and Jason said, hey, you need, hey, man, I want you to do me a
That was
favor
dope.
and come on.
I loved it.
Come on. But, hey, man, had fun. Didn't talk about baseball
The
as
purest
much
sport.
as we want.
I
but,
know. I know.
but I
there's
would
always
have just
next time.
left mad talking about my Mets anyway. So.
Dominic Ramonte, head coach of the Duke City
man.
Gladiators. Thanks again, Jason. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, our friend Dave Gatz will be joining us from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 8 Studios.
Ravi Zacharias says our culture is morally suicidal. Here's Ravi on a Star 8 PowerPoint.
The whole world is on a rocky footing. I've never seen it like this. While we have the Rock of Ages, who doesn't falter, and one who cannot cause us to stumble like the stones and broken stones on which the world really tries to stand. If they would only find the Rock of Ages, who is stable, who is strong, and not put their feet on quicksand today. On politics as the answer, we find out again and again that the politicians will not be able to lead us into a utopia. Only Christ can bring that healing within.
A Star 8 PowerPoint.
Forgiveness is the true game changer. Skip Heitzig reminds us.
When you can look eye to eye at somebody who has hurt you like this and truly love them and truly forgive them and not act all put off and all aloof and all like mad and stuff, you've passed a great test.
Hotspot. Loving the lovely is easy.
You see, it's easy to love people who love you. I like that guy. He always says I'm cool. Anybody, any heathen can do that. The worst person can do that.
Loving your enemy, not simple, but powerful.
That's why Jesus said, you've heard that it was said, you shall love your friends and hate your enemies. I say unto you, love your enemies. Do good to those who hurt you. Pray for those who spitefully use you. Bless those who curse you.
Get more from Skip at connectwithskip.com.
You know, forgiveness is what separates the men from the boys in relationships. That separates the minor leagues from the big leagues.
Hotspot.
Here's a solar flare from C.S. Lewis. A man who is eating or preparing to go to sleep in humility, thankfulness, and temperance is, by Christian standards, in an infinitely higher state than one who is listening to Bach or reading Plato in a state of pride. You're on Star 88.
I've got things that I thought would fill my heart up, sitting on top, winning, but that ain't winning. I've chased all the good stuff, all the bad stuff the world calls living, but that ain't living. Hey, don't really matter what I do. Hey, don't mean nothing without you. I don't wanna have it all, write my story any way I want. Everything will just fall apart if you waited it. I don't wanna give my way, no, I don't wanna run this thing, 'cause I know it all ends the same if you waited it. If you waited it. I want all that you want, all that you got, point my heart towards you. I want you to. Hey, nothing else is gonna matter. Hey, if you're not what I'm after. I don't wanna have it all, write my story any way I want. Everything will just fall apart if you waited it. I don't wanna give my way, no, I don't wanna run this thing, 'cause I know it all ends the same if you waited it. If you waited it. Here's my confession, I'm a man of imperfection, and my heart can go off chasing empty things. But you keep running toward me, yeah, 'cause you know what's best for me, and you know you are the only one I need. Oh, I don't wanna have it all. I don't wanna have it all. I don't wanna have it all, write my story any way I want. Everything will just fall apart if you waited it. I don't wanna give my way, no, I don't wanna run this thing, 'cause I know it all ends the same if you waited it. If you waited it. If you waited it. If you waited it. If you waited it.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
You're underselling it, which means it's awesome and I want in.
When my heart can feel you close, my eyes cannot find you. Your word tells me you are near. When feelings rise and they fall, uncertainty comes and goes. Your word tells me you are here. fear. I know you are here with me. Jesus, you won't let me down. Walk off or leave me behind. I'm falling into your endless rain. You place my trust. Jesus always with me. You place my trust. You're forever with me. I'm holding on to every word that you told. My God, I put my trust in you. Jesus always with me. And I know you are in control. You hold, Jesus, you hold, steadfast in your love. I'm letting go. And I know you are in control. You hold, Jesus, you hold, steadfast in your love. In you I'll place my trust. Jesus always with me. In you I'll place my trust. You're forever with me. I'm holding on to every word that you told. My God, I put my trust in you. Jesus always with me.
What's going on in the news today?
At least 5 people dead after a shooting at an Annapolis, Maryland newspaper.
Next thing you know, he's like, you need to get out, you need to get out.
If you have evidence of wrongdoing by any member of the Trump campaign, present it to the damn grand jury. Finish it the hell up.
With Hope Solo.
The average cost for soccer right now in the United States is $15,000 per year. So soccer in America right now has become a rich white kid sport.
We're going to pick ourselves one great United States Supreme Court justice. We have to pick one that's going to be there for 40 years, 45 years.
Amazon expanded its empire, plunging into the drug business, saying it would acquire PillPack, an online pharmacy with a national reach.
In Florida, a wildfire that destroyed 3 dozen homes was started by a controlled burn that got out of control.
A photo going viral shows the beloved Toys R Us mascot packing it up. The iconic chain will close its last stores tomorrow.
Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Dex and Steve-O, it's Friday. Freedom Celebration is today, day 1. We have 2 days of Freedom Celebration at Isotopes Park, and it's a free event. We're kicking things off. We're doing a pre-show kicking off at 5 o'clock today and tomorrow at Isotopes Park. So get there early. We will do our best to entertain you. 7 p.m. is when it all kicks off, and we have music from Battle Drums Worship. We have 10th Avenue North, Matt Marr, Sarah Reeves, Trip Lee. We got bounce houses for the kids, face painting. We have Pastor Skip throwing the gospel down.
I mean,
fireworks.
he's not literally going to be
He's gonna
throwing
throw
it down.
Yeah. And fireworks both nights. So make plans. Come on out. Like we said, we'll be doors open at 5. That's when we're going to be kicking things off with the pre-show, and then the event starts at 7 at Isotopes Park. Man, we're pumped to have our friend Dave Gatt back to pump up what...
don't forget Jason
sorry, Jason.
Smithelhausen, bro.
I was going to get to Jason, bro.
I'm just sad that Toys R Us is closing down.
And that's sad.
Oh, this is the last day, right?
Even though I've never been to Toys R Us. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
wait, I'm like, you've never been to Toys R Us?
I have, but it's been years ago.
So is this the last day? Like, this is it,
Yeah,
right?
that's what it said, the last day. so.
This is it.
Wow.
What's a Toys R Us mascot? I don't know who that is.
Jeffrey the giraffe, bro.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, poor Jeffrey.
Poor Jeffrey. He's going to the zoo.
He's going to the zoo, man. Yeah, that's where he'll be.
I'm paying attention. I swear I'm posting this
And the
video.
other giraffes will be bugged because he's up to things. He's like bringing toys with him. Just,
Right.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, tell everybody why you guys are here, because this is a huge event that's going on. We want people to be a part of this.
Yeah, so really, Sunday we are opening up the salon from 10 to 2, and we are inviting everyone in Albuquerque or in surrounding areas, or if you want to travel on in and come get your hair done.
Right, Square Root Salon, by the way.
Square Root Salon. It's downtown Albuquerque. And our hope is to raise a significant amount of money for UNM Children's Hospital. So, so what we're doing is having people come in and name their own price, donate anything they would like. We're suggesting $20-25 or above. Our average service in there runs around $45, $50, and so we're really bringing, taking anything though. We have people bringing kids in. We have people that have never been in the salon before, saying that they're going to come by and get fixed up, and then we've also had a number of people that are frequent clients that are saying, "Well, I'll come and I'll bring my daughter, or I'll bring so and so." So it's pretty cool. I'm anticipating a crowd. So so that'll be crazy. That'll be fun.
You will at least have one 5-year-old who is already ready to camp out in line.
Poor Steve, I was freaking out. If you didn't know, Brody, he's 5, and from the time that he came into this world,
He's had shoulder-length hair.
Samson,
Beautiful Samson-like shoulder-length hair.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah.
I mean, definitely, he was influenced by his father to have the long hair for sure. I think it was more of a
Living
Steve-O dream.
vicariously
Yes.
through
and I'm
my
dude,
son.
beautiful hair.
He's got great
no,
hair.
no doubt about
Yeah.
it. But it's time.
Well, here's why
time.
I think it's the perfect opportunity. Brody actually had surgery at the UNM Children's Hospital. So
ties in perfect.
If there's one time where it would be really rad for him to actually chop his beautiful golden locks, I think it would be to benefit the UNM Children's Hospital.
Cool.
Because it's worthy. You know what I mean? Because I've seen firsthand how, man, incredible that organization is, and just the way that, I mean, Brody wouldn't be Brody if he did not get the surgery that he got a couple years ago. Because he always had his little personality, but it was hidden underneath this illness.
Has he been good since?
Ever since.
Yeah.
Ever since. So for those that don't know, he was diagnosed with something called periodic fever syndrome, and I know that sounds fake, but I promise it's real. And he would get 104, 105, 106 degree fevers every 3 weeks, like clockwork. I mean,
And
just
that's like death almost.
debilitating.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, dude, it was freaking out. And then I remember the first time we were in the hospital, and one of the doctors whose bedside manner was literally the worst I've ever. It was the worst. Was like, I mean, at this temperature, it could be frying his brain. We don't know what possible damage it's doing. And I'm like, man, you are literally my least favorite human being.
Right?
Like, cool, bro. You are the worst. So, yeah, it was terrifying. And for 2 years, we went to every specialist. We went and finally somebody talked to us about this, and we're going, that's just made up.
Yeah.
But it's not. And so we met with UNM, and they were saying, well, X amount of people, the cases, it's cured through this. And we're going, well, we'll try anything at this point. And so, yeah. And he had surgery at the UNM Children's Hospital, and man, their facilities there, like they cater to children, obviously. And so it's if you're already scared, it's already terrifying, especially as a parent. Like your kid falls down and busts his knee, and you freak out. You know what I mean? Because you're like, that's my child. And so imagine these parents who are in these situations where their child is being put under, and they're having surgeries or
Right.
cancer, or, and so they're going through all of these different procedures and different things. And the way that UNM Children's Hospital sets it up, it's incredible, because a child can still act like a child, and they have a playroom, and they've got arts and crafts and everything, and it's just conducive to helping them feel like a kid while they have these tubes connected to them. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Brody keeps talking about it. He keeps asking how many days until Ruby's daddy is cutting his hair off, and he's so excited for it. And I'm like, you know what? If we can do that and help the UNM Children's Hospital, then the Jeter crew is game.
And Brody's getting the mohawk.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Getting the mohawk.
He wants the Viking.
I like what you called it, the Viking
The
mohawk.
Viking.
It's like,
Yeah.
what is that?
That's
Yeah.
so great.
He's going to look like a little warrior.
Yeah, right? So, like, it pulled back and, like, braided at the end, like this
You should get it bleached like Luke.
Brody kind of doesn't need to. He's got,
Yeah.
like, super blonde hair.
Yeah, I guess
I
you're
got
right.
all
That's
three. I've got the redhead, the brunette, and the blonde, man.
Mhm.
So, I still need to talk to my wife about that.
Why am I the only one laughing?
Yeah, it's because they've known Chrissy for many years.
I'm doing the uncomfortable laugh over here.
You're
I'm like,
Yeah.
You know what's really cool about this is how many hairdressers are actually helping us also in the
Yeah.
surrounding areas. And actually, I just got hit up by another. I don't even know. Do we even have any more chairs available? Because no, I'm serious. Like I just got hit up by another person on Instagram. Like, hey, I believe what you guys are doing. So let me know if I can come in.
I'll have to do a final count. But yeah, I think
Okay.
we're going to have all 20 stations going.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, that'd be great, if we're cranking out hair the whole time.
Yeah,
so.
no kidding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That'll be great. So let's give, real quick, give all the details again for all the new listeners tuning in. When, where, what time?
Yeah, so it's going to be this Sunday at Square Root Salon. It's downtown, 800 3rd Street, Northwest, 87102. We are right by the federal courthouse. And, we're going to be running from 10 to 2. We'll also have stormtroopers there.
I'm posting the video right now. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so if that's just not enough to get your booty down there. But yeah, it's going to be a great event. We're just going to try to roll out as many heads as we can, if that doesn't sound morbid. And let's see. And it's kind of first come, first serve. We're going to be like, if you show up, we've got the books. We'll get your name on there. You need to go get a quick cup of coffee, come back. We'll get people's list on there. We're not doing anything ahead of time. I know people have been asking like, hey, I want to get on the schedule, but we just ask you to show up early and get your name on there. So,
That's awesome,
yeah.
man.
Cool.
This is so cool, and it all benefits UNM Children's Hospital. And again, you can bring your kids down to get their hair chopped off. You could go down there. Anybody can. And what, $25 is what you're asking for, but any price,
any amount, yeah.
If you got $1,000 you want to throw down, throw $1,000 down.
Our goal for the day is $5,000. So anything you can do
so if somebody
to
wants to
help
just
us
come
reach our
in
goal.
and
Well, actually, I just got a message this morning on Instagram. I'm not going to be able to make it Sunday. Can I call the salon and donate that way? And I just think that's rad, man. I think it's cool that people want to come alongside us and help us with this effort. Whether they're going to be present or not. So I think really, if you want to do something like that and you can't make Sunday and it's going to be a bummer for you to miss out and you want to donate, we'll be doing fundraising for the whole month of July, so you could come by anytime.
Nice.
Or you could call us and actually do it over the phone if you like. Our number is on our website, squarerootsalon.com. That's
Do you not
the easiest.
know it?
Oh, I know it. Should I say it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 508-3274. 508-3274.
Perfect. Yeah, you can say it.
508-3274.
No, you did it.
That's 508.
Once again, 508-3274.
You should buy like 1-800 haircuts or something. That's got
1-800
like,
haircuts.
Yeah, like,
CODs.
yeah, like something like that, right?
Had to say it. Sorry.
Gosh,
Yeah.
dude. I'm bummed because the event is this Sunday, and you guys have been coming and hanging out this week, and it's been really nice
Yeah.
seeing my friends. Because I love what you guys are doing and getting to highlight. It's rare, unfortunately, that you have a business in the community that's run by dudes who love Jesus, who are like, hey, we just want to give back. How do we do that? How do we not just write a check, but how do we get the community involved so that we're showing the love of Christ and it's benefiting a rad nonprofit organization. So I love what you guys are doing.
Well, and I think most people, we've talked about this on the show this week about how most people are willing to and they want to give. I think a lot of us really just have that attitude like, yeah, we're willing. I just need to know, a little information and come alongside something I believe in and something that I feel right putting my money towards. Yeah. And so, I think it's really a neat way to actually get people involved is, hey, well, let's do something creative and different instead of just saying, hey, we're raising funds. Would you like to donate?
Yeah.
I think, this is a way for us to have some skin in the game. And I mean, we have great people. The fact that they're volunteering their day where they could actually be making some decent money for the sake of giving those proceeds to UNM Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
So 100% of the proceeds will go to them. We're not expecting anyone to show up with an expectation of being paid.
Right.
They're all showing up just to help out. So
Which is
it's
incredible, man. I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
love
hopefully that inspires other businesses out there to do the same thing,
Yeah.
like once, twice a year, like let's
Can I
donate
call out a
block of
few
time.
businesses? Can I call them out on the air? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we're talking to you, Mask C. Moss. I'm just kidding.
And just something else, actually.
What are you doing, Chick-fil-A? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Man.
I'm totally kidding.
Actually, I've had their chicken at many Christian events. They donate a lot of chicken. Yeah.
I'm just messing.
Wow.
That's bad.
Yeah, but just one other thing, just what really is amazing about this is just how much 100% of the proceeds go to UNM Children's Hospital.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
do anything in the way of advertising, and they get only 3% actually goes from the state actually goes to. It gets divvied out.
Right.
So they really are. Everything's predicated on what they earn.
Yeah. Right.
So it's really cool. Every dollar really does go to what they do.
Yeah, we were talking to I can't remember Alex about the
Alex,
machines and everything, and how these machines that people, the only way they have these machines, these life-saving machines, is from people donating.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't
That's
have
it.
them.
Yeah, or they wouldn't have it.
Yeah. And so you're saving these children's lives.
Yeah.
It's wild, huh?
Amazing.
Yeah. Dude.
Well, and I think, whether we do that directly, like you're involved in that industry where you're actually taking care of kids firsthand or completely removed and have no use for their services, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like you have certain things in our society that you have to care about. And this is one of them, right? It's like, how do you not care for children? So if you're not giving in some way, shape, or form,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Of course it strikes a chord because we all care on some level. And so I think it's a no-brainer, as far as like giving to something like this. I mean, we talked about earlier in the week about the homeless situation, how we've been partnering with Joy Junction, Albuquerque Heading Home, and other organizations over the years. And that's all great. I think that, we'll continue to do that. But it is really one of those things that some people are really irked by the homeless, and some people really feel broken but compelled to do something.
Yeah.
It really is a little bit more of a conundrum to us. Like we're trying to figure it out, and we also know we're not going to remedy that situation.
Right.
But when you're talking about children that need help right now for the sake of their life, right? For the sake of moving on to age 5 or 6. I mean, there's something really practical that can be done in a fairly short amount of time. So,
dude,
I love it.
I love you guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Jason,
Appreciate
David.
it.
Cool. Thanks for having us again.
Of course. Posted all the details. You can find it not only on Facebook, but on Instagram as well, at Star88FM. And again, it's this Sunday at Square Root Salon.
Square Root Salon, baby.
Beautiful.
That's 508.
508-3274. Send your donations today.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Jason.
508-3274.
There you go. All right.
Once again.
Oh, yeah, one more time. One more time.
All right, just kidding.
All right. We'll be right back. Hang out.
Peace, y'all.
Thanks.
Evangel Christian Academy is a private school that is Christ-centered for tomorrow's leaders. With affordable tuition, small classes, a great sports program, and a secure facility, Evangel strives to equip students for the work God has for them. Our high school utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our Academy campus taught by our staff. Evangel uses a leadership-driven and individualized learning model to help prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. To further speak to individual students with various circumstances, we have a Christian-focused online homebound program for up to 20 students, grade 6 through 12. For more information about our programs, grade K through 12, please call 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
Start your 4th of July holiday with a freedom celebration at Isotope Stadium. Friday and Saturday night, June 29th and 30th. Music, soft toys, fireworks, and a celebration of true freedom with Skip Heitzig. 2 fantastic nights, and it's all free. Freedom Celebration with Matt Maher, 10th Avenue North, Trip Lee, and Sarah Reeves. Above all, as our wonderful nation celebrates independence, Skip Heitzig will give a clear invitation to true freedom.
Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." He can set everyone free from guilt, from sin, from hell.
With Matt Maher, Trip Lee, Sarah Reeves, and 10th Avenue North. Freedom Celebration at Isotope Stadium Friday and Saturday, June 29th and 30th. All free and fireworks both nights. freedomabq.org.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Lately, life's just been too much to take. I'm slowly wearing thin, I'm losing faith. It feels like any moment I could break. I need a miracle, I need a hero. If you're my champion, then I can't lose if I got you. If you've already won, there's nothing you can't pull me through. In my weakness, you are strong. You give me strength to carry on. Oh God, if you are for me, what can stand against my champion? It's been so long since I've had any rest, and I've lost track of all the times I've wept. But I'll keep crying out to my last breath, and I'll pray to you till I've got nothing left. If you're my champion, then I can't lose if I got you. If you've already won, there's nothing you can't pull me through. In my weakness, you are strong. So give me strength to carry on. Oh God, if you are for me, what can stand against my champion? Do all things through Him who gives me strength to make the mountains move. He will make these mountains move. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength to make the mountains move. He will make these mountains move. You're my champion, and I can't lose if I got you. You've already won, there's nothing you can't pull me through. In my weakness, you are strong. You give me strength to carry on. God, if you are for
It's the Morning Invasion with Dax and Steve-O on Star 88.
Could I beatbox for you guys before
Oh
you let
my
me go?
gosh. Yes.
You guys want to hear a beat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, check it out. Check it out. I don't know how good it'll come out over the phone, but.
Oh! Man, that was
Chris,
really
the
cool.
all sick beatbox machine, bro.
That was sick tight.
Yeah.
I love
You
it.
know it, yeah.
We got the raddest listeners. We really do.
Yeah, we do.
You guys are so talented.
His laugh at the end is the best.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It's a Friday. Freedom Celebration kicks off today.
That's
2
tonight.
days, guys. 2 days of Freedom Celebration at Isotope Park. We'll be kicking things off both nights at 5 p.m. That's when doors open. You guys can go in, try to get a good seat. I mean, from previous years, the park fills up.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a good spot for all of the activities tonight, then try to get there early. Like we said, doors open at 5. We'll be doing the pre-show for a couple hours, and then 7 o'clock, that is when the chaos begins. You know, Battle Drums Worship going to be throwing down. Matt Maher, 10th Avenue North, Sarah Reeves, Tripoli. Lots of stuff for the kids to do. Pastor Skip Heitzig going to be throwing down. And, freedomabq.org, all the details. And fireworks both nights as well. And the fireworks show, holy cow.
Yeah, dude.
Just when
It's
you
gonna be
think, like,
good.
it's over. Oh, that's the finale. Nope, it's not over. Wait, that's the finale. Like, 30 minutes into it, you're like, well, this is still going, and it's epic. It's like the whole thing's just this giant finale. It's so great, guys.
Yeah.
So make plans, bring the fam. And thank you again to all the churches throughout Albuquerque that have teamed up. 20 churches jumped on board to partner with us. And last year we had 1,400 people give their lives to Christ. And we had, 2 churches that partnered with us last year. Now we have 20 churches.
Yeah. I love it, man.
Yep.
I love it.
We're excited. We're praying and hoping for huge things this weekend. So be praying. If you can't make it out, be praying for hearts to be changed, for the weather to be good. I woke up this morning and it was raining outside. It was sprinkling.
Man,
have you looked at the
I
forecast?
missed it.
You read the
I
forecast? You make sure?
missed it.
Is it-
Make sure it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, dude.
I mean, I
It's
thought it was, but it was raining
perfect
this
weather.
morning.
No, stop it.
Raining this
It didn't.
morning.
It was not because I was here.
It was. It was raining
and
on the
up,
west side.
and it was no.
Looks like
we're
it's
good.
going to be perfect, guys.
Mhm.
It's going to be beautiful.
Okay.
And tomorrow, 95 and sunny. Come on. Steve-O is so excited because coming up at 8:10 this morning, we have an actor on the show. She has possibly been in the greatest movies of all time.
Listen to me. When I was a child, there were 2 women in my life. Okay, I'll say 3 so that my mom doesn't get bummed out. There were 3 women in my life, but really 2. Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
Princess Leia.
Yes.
But that was like one role, right? But then there was the girl of your dreams, right? When you were a little kid, your first crush.
Oh, yeah.
Mine happened to be Leah Thompson.
Okay. Who's that?
Leah Thompson, she played Lorraine McFly in the Back to the Future series.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
She also played in Howard the Duck. She was in Some Kind of Wonderful. She was in Red Dawn, which they filmed in Las Vegas, New
that's
Mexico,
right.
where I lived. I am a huge fan of Leah Thompson. I got the call yesterday from our booking agent, and I said, Robert, please tell me you're about to tell me the good news, because I put in for this interview and we hadn't heard anything back, and he called me and I said, listen, man, listen. We're talking like childhood first crush. Like, this is Leah Thompson. This is Leah Thompson, Back to the Future. And he's like, please do all of this tomorrow. She's a lot of fun. It's going to be amazing.
Good. Yep, we'll be talking to her at 8:10. Leah Thompson.
I'm counting the minutes. There are 62 minutes.
Yeah, she's in a new movie called The Year of Spectacular Men, and I guess she's acting
Dude,
alongside her daughters?
She directed it. Her daughter wrote it. Her other daughter also stars in it. So it's a family affair. Her whole family put this together. And I love it because she is definitely a family lady. She's been married 29 years to the same dude.
29 years?
Which makes me happy because, I know, especially in Hollywood, you don't hear awesome stories like that. But Leah Thompson and Howard Deutsch, that's her. They've been married since 1989. They have 2 daughters, Zoe and Madeline. And Madeline, they are the ones that are in the film. And so they put this together, and it's an autobiographical film about Madeline's life. So
yeah, I got to hang out with Madeline once.
Yeah,
pretty cool,
right?
It was like she was in studio, and it was almost like interviewing Leah Thompson when she was young, because she looks just like her mom.
She does.
It was so weird.
She really does.
Talks just like her too.
And she talked about this film and why they put it out, because there's a lot of films for like the preteens and the teens. You know, you got your like Riverdales and whatever, and then you've got like the 30s, and there's no real like, well, what about college life, and what about like, but for somebody who's trying to like actually struggle through life and wants to succeed. So really looking forward to it. Interviews at 8:10.
I can't wait, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be so good. And guys, it's Friday, and man, you want to go back and listen to the beginning of the show this morning, because we kicked off the show at 6 with one of the coolest guys ever. His name is he's Dominic Vermonte. He's the head coach for the Duke City Gladiators, the arena football league here in town. If you didn't know, we have one. And this man motivated us so much that Steve and I are going to be part of the Duke City Gladiators in 2019. We are going to try out and become part of the team.
I kid you not. That is why they're in the national championship this Saturday.
Oh, for sure. That has so much to do with it.
And it was like, and
having
now
a coach
I
like
get
that,
it.
having a coach like that inspires you and motivates you and is just believes in you.
Yeah.
Because we talked this morning about how a lot of us, we hit a certain age, we hit adulthood and we give up on our dreams.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? And usually it's because the people that we're surrounded by, whether it's our family, our friends, they're the ones making the noise telling us, hey, give up on the band dreams. Seriously, get a real job.
Yeah.
You want to play arena football? Come on, man. Give it up. So many times when I was 18, same thing. It was people made fun of me when I said I was going to be in radio. They said, that's ridiculous. First, you don't talk. You're shy. And you don't make any money in radio. And so just if I would have listened to that noise, my gosh, man, I would have missed out. Yeah. And I think a lot of us, we miss out on what God created us for,
Yeah.
And we talked about that this morning with Dominic Vermonte, head coach of the Duke City Gladiators.
I was really glad we talked about that. And I'm like, we were talking off air afterwards, and I'm like, you're coming back because we're going to talk some baseball. His favorite sport, which was interesting because he talked about this off air. He played baseball up until 11th grade. But if you saw him, he's built like a linebacker.
Oh, he's huge.
And so he said, he'd hit one into the gap, and most baseball players would be sliding into third with a triple, and he would be rounding first, And so his coach said, yeah, you're not playing baseball. His senior year, you're not playing baseball. You didn't get a baseball scholarship. You got a football scholarship. You're focusing on the game of football. And so I thought that was really interesting because he had a passion. He wanted to play sports, and his favorite sport is baseball, but he's a football player. Yeah. So it's that collision of following your dream versus what you've been created for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I thought was very interesting. And we're actually going to talk about that with Leah Thompson coming up in the 8 o'clock hour because She believed that God created her for a specific purpose, and when she was 20 years old, that dream got crushed, and so she was kind of forced to move on to acting.
Yep.
And here she is.
And here she is, guys.
Leah Thompson, man.
Right?
Red Dawn.
Yep.
Howard the Duck.
So many people can relate
to
to
the
that
Future.
that story of, man, I thought I was going to be that,
Yeah.
and nope, ended up being this.
I always wanted to be an actor. I always thought I was going to be an actor.
Sure.
You know, I get to act like an idiot every day with you.
Yeah, but the thing is you still haven't given up on that dream. When you have opportunities to act, you do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty
But
cool.
I haven't heavily pursued it.
You
So
haven't
it's
heavily
like-
pursued it, but you're still doing it.
Yeah.
You're making it happen. And you've already, just in the little bit of dabbling, you've made some pretty good connections and moves. So it'll be soon that Steve-O leaves us and goes
Okay,
full time
stop
into
it.
acting.
That's not true. Hey, by the way, JP chimed in, who was in studio with us with Coach this morning. He said Coach wants to redo his segment. So that's perfect.
Oh, okay, perfect.
We'll have him in studio.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
I'm not even kidding, man. I had a blast with
Yeah,
Coach.
he was great. He was a lot of fun.
And check it out, DukeCityGladiators.com. Dude, they're playing in the championship this weekend.
So okay, championship, and then when does the next season of 2019
Why are you
kick
asking
off?
me
Well,
as
because
if I
I'm not
know
going to get a
this?
chance to see him this year because if this
I
is
know.
a championship game,
I know.
How much longer do we have to wait? Because I didn't get a chance to go with Paul and
It's
you.
your
and-
fault. We had a ticket for you, bro.
I made plans.
We had a
I'm
ticket
sorry.
for you, bro. We're playing the Sioux City Bandits, by the way.
Okay.
Gosh, their helmets are so dope. I'm not gonna lie. They're
Eh.
like the gladiator, like the.
It goes down at Tingley, right?
Yeah. So, yep. I'm telling you guys. Yesterday, I went down because we were talking about the United Soccer League team that we're getting.
Yeah.
I actually threw down. I really did throw down to grab season tickets yesterday. Got to meet everybody down there in the offices, and they listened to the Morning Invasion. So I walked in and it was like,
that's
Steve-O!
cool.
And I'm like, yeah! Let's do cool things in the community!
Right?
Let's keep supporting things that are awesome because then it breeds other awesome things. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, let us know out there. Here's the thing: we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know about
A lot of people don't know about some of these amazing things that we have in our community. So
Mhm.
you guys need to get in touch with us and let us know what's going on. Cool. We want to be a part of it. We want to team up and support it.
By the way, the season kicks off again in March.
In March.
yeah.
Okay.
So-
All right. It's not too long.
I know.
Good.
9 months.
9 months away.
There we go.
You guys can text into the show, 505-585-LIVE. And phone lines are open as well if you'd like to call in, 505-338-3700. And we're hanging out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. Good morning, everybody. Did you want to talk about the LeBron James?
Yeah,
Kyrie
I thought
Irving?
this was really interesting. You know, it seems like it's a morning of sports because we're talking sports, but this one is interesting. You and I, we have talked about this a few times. Not just us, but the rest of the world. Who is the greatest NBA basketball player of all time?
I'm not even going to say it because I've come to a place where I can appreciate both.
Oh, okay.
And I think I was the first one to ever say
You
that.
are such a liar.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Kyrie Irving, former teammate of LeBron James, current Boston Celtic, was kicking it on Hot 97 on Wednesday morning, and they straight up asked him about all of this. And he said, first of all, he is advocating LeBron James as the NBA MVP. And James Harden, who won the award, said, he's the people's MVP. LeBron James was the real MVP of the season, of the NBA. He should be. It was definitely, he said, I was happy for Harden. I didn't vote. MVP is hard to gauge nowadays because now you have the people's MVP and the NBA's MVP.
Yeah.
I think the people's MVP was definitely James Harden, but the NBA MVP was Braun.
I agree.
I mean, if we're talking strictly based on stats, he checks off every box. He's incredible. So he says that, and they said, all right, well, since you think he's so great, who's the greatest basketball player of all time? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? And he had a great response. And I wanted to focus on that. He said, I would say that he is in his own way. All the comparisons are fun to talk about. It's how intense it gets. I hope that some individuals see when they're watching games, just the appreciation for what's happening. Like if someone is playing extremely well and it's all just like comparisons, I mean, come on. Shout out to my man, Brad Stevens, on this, because he told me comparison is the thief of joy. And that right there was one of the most profound things I have ever heard. So he said there's no need to compare them because they're both great in their own way.
Is that a proverb?
What, comparison is
Yeah.
the thief of joy?
Is that biblical?
No, I mean, well,
Google that. If you could do a quick Google search.
it was
on that.
actually Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, well, maybe
said
maybe he
comparison-
got that from
comparison
Proverbs.
is the thief of joy, but yeah.
Sure, it's not a proverb.
I mean,
Pretty good one.
It was proverbed by Theodore Roosevelt. And so, but here's the thing: if comparison really is the thief of joy, why is it that we cannot stop comparing everything?
Yeah.
We compare everything. Doesn't matter what it is. What's the greatest movie of all time? What's the greatest? Who's the greatest quarterback of all time? I mean, it's Tom Brady.
John Elway.
What? Birthday
Just
yesterday,
kidding.
2 Super Bowls. I'm not even a fan, but I would say, you know, of course, as I'm talking how we shouldn't compare, it's like
Mark Ripken.
Tom Brady.
Redskins, man.
You're
Come
just
on.
like, you're just like
80s were a great time to watch football.
80s were a great time to watch football. Who's the greatest wide receiver of all time?
Emmitt Smith.
So stupid. But that's the real question. Like, if comparison is truly the thief of joy, and we see that with our social media world where, like, you're always comparing yourself to your friends on Facebook or
Right.
Instagram and what they're doing and why your life isn't as amazing. And then when you can get past that and be content in what Christ has given you and where you're at and what you're
Right.
doing in your world, why is it that we're still comparing everything? Why
Yeah.
can't we stop?
What's
I'm not asking you. I'm asking the
Oh.
Starmie. I don't want your answer. You're going to give me some stupid made up.
Guys, and I figured it out as well. I figured out that we will know who is the greatest, Michael Jordan or LeBron, as soon as Space Jam with LeBron James comes out. Because Space Jam in the 90s with Michael Jordan was one of the greatest films, and Michael Jordan was awesome. He's like a triple threat,
I'm
man.
so glad you brought this up.
He's
because
a great actor. And so if LeBron has the same acting chops as Michael Jordan, then it's going to still be tough. But I think Michael Jordan still has the edge on the acting.
Here's what bugs me about LeBron James right now, which please go to LA. They talked about Space Jam 2, and he said he doesn't want this free agency to be a circus. Like, oh, I don't want the focus to be on me. I don't want it to be crazy. I just, it's not going to be like it is in the past. No press conferences, whatever. I'm just gonna go to a new team, or make my decision, whatever. And then yesterday he announced that he's going to release the Space Jam 2 trailer.
Amazing.
With his free agency signing announcement.
Amazing. So it'll be this summer, guys. I can't wait. I was so excited about this. I watched Space Jam last night when I went to bed, and I seriously was sitting there going, Michael Jordan was such a great actor.
He said once the decision on Braun's future is announced, he's going to roll out a trailer for Space Jam 2 on Instagram TV.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But he doesn't want he doesn't want it to be a big thing. He doesn't want it to be all about him. But catch the trailer for my new film right after I make the announcement.
He's going to be terrible.
What team?
He's going to be a terrible actor. You know he will be.
Oh, of course. It's very rare you get like good acting when it comes to athletes.
Yeah.
The Rock, Peyton Manning. Name some other athletes that were like phenomenal actors. The dude from NCIS.
What?
Mark Harmon or whatever his name is.
Really?
Yeah, dude. He was like a quarterback.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Really? I didn't know that.
Dude.
Who did he play for?
Let me just blow your mind.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Hey, good morning. It's me, the time traveler again. I was just calling to tell you guys good morning.
Good morning.
And Good morning. I sent you messages from the future, so I hope
Perfect.
you got them.
I
and
can't
you
wait till we get
understand
them
what
in
I'm
3
trying to tell
years. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Thank you so much.
you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right.
So can you ask her, your person that you're going to interview, how she goes back to the future? Because I'm trying to figure it out, and it's not within.
You
I'm
got
kind
it.
of stuck.
That's a
Well,
very good question.
If we have time, we'll definitely do it. Okay?
I mean, they did 3 documentaries, Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. I believe it involved a flux capacitor and a DeLorean and even a train at one point. So
Thank you.
Does it,
Yes.
It doesn't involve a particle accelerator?
No.
We're going to have to go
Oh,
back and
shit.
watch the documentaries. But thank you so much for
Oh,
calling.
okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Mark Harmon was born in Burbank, California. After graduating from high school at Harvard School, he completed a 2-year associate degree at Pierce College. After a sophomore season at Pierce, he received offers from major college programs. He ultimately chose UCLA.
No way.
He was a Bruin. He played quarterback for the UCLA Bruins in 1972 and 1973. Dang, dude, it's almost like I know some sports knowledge.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, name one other athlete. that was
Seriously, I don't want to Google it either. I'm sitting here trying to remember.
Good actor athletes. Did you see when Tom Brady was on Saturday Night Live?
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, it's not good at all.
Also, Derek Jeter. Ugh. We share a last name. That was bad. Yeah. Oh, what's that? John Cena.
Okay, you know what? Good call. He's not. You know what? He's not great.
Hulk Hogan.
Both of them are not great. Okay, come on. Ronda Rousey. Well, she was sports 2 acting. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I was. I mean, she's all right.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. He had to do all those blood sport things, and then he made movies about them.
Steven Seagal.
No, that's right.
Oh. Isn't he like a keto master?
Terry Crews, man.
Terry Crews is great, right? Yeah. Terry Crews.
Somebody said LeBron is an incredible actor. Haven't you ever seen him take a charge in the paint?
You know what? I take it all back.
Touche, Stormy member. Touche.
No, he's terrible. He can't even flop good. He's a terrible flopper.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
He's worse than soccer players.
Katrina the Rock was the first person I said. Oh, Andre the Giant.
Okay.
Princess Bride.
He was not great.
Oh, my gosh. You take it back right now.
He had 6 lines. He had 6 lines, and all he had to do was stand there. Yeah, let us know if you can think of an actor, or excuse me, an athlete that became a great actor.
Literally, the first person I said was The Rock, right?
Well, new people joining us all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
The
just
Rock.
making sure.
I would say The Rock is the best.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's the best. He's a great actor. He's great. No, he's a great actor.
So does that mean Arnold Schwarzenegger technically is
because he was a bodybuilder?
Because he was a bodybuilder turned actor.
You know what? Good call. Yeah, that's an athlete for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. But even Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, he's not the greatest actor. You know, his movies are great, but I wouldn't say he's.
I cried.
The Rock.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. Oh yeah. Okay. What did he
Dude,
do?
you know what? I'm like bummed that I did not say this one because I knew this.
Did he play baseball?
No.
Football?
Okay. My son's name is Brody, and there is a movie by Kevin Smith called Mallrats, and the dude in it, played by Jason Lee, is Brody. I am a monstrous fan. Jason Lee is a professional, like he was a full-on look back at the original Tony Hawk video game. He was a professional skateboarder.
No way.
Yeah. Start pro skater.
Wow.
Jason Lee.
I had no idea.
My name is Earl. Shaq. I mean, come on, man.
Get out of here.
Shazam.
He is the worst actor.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Mhm.
He was in Airplane.
Yep.
Terry Crews. He who shall not be named.
Nope, don't do it. Bruce Lee, good call. Bruce Lee was great.
Bob Uecker.
Oh my gosh, Major League.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Chuck Norris, bro.
Chuck Norris.
Athlete turned actor. Shimon.
Bubba Smith.
Bubba Smith, Police Academy.
He played football.
Wait, Jason Statham was an athlete?
What did he do? Was he a soccer player? Had to have been.
Because he's British?
Yeah, dude. You know he was.
Hey, Terry Bradshaw. We've got some, thank you. Hey, thanks to the members of the Starman
Vinny
who are
Jones.
like
He was
Howie
soccer
Long.
player.
Howie Long was
Howie
in
Long,
like
Raiders, yep.
terrible movie, Broken Arrow or whatever. it
You
was
know what?
called.
He's a good actor. Howie Long was a good actor.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner. Okay. No.
Well, we got to take a quick break.
All right. You guys can be a part of the show. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. You can also text into the show. What is that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
All right. Don't forget, coming up, 8 o'clock, 8:10, we have Leah Thompson, best known for her role as Michael J. Fox's mom in Back to the Future.
Batista, bro!
Batista, good
Drax!
call. Dude, Batista's great.
He is great, actually.
He is a really good actor. All right, we're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. Mesilla Park Community Church is collecting supplies like clothing and hygiene items for the Gospel Rescue Mission from now until August. The Gospel Rescue Mission is an organization that helps to house and feed the homeless in Las Cruces. If you would like to contribute, bring your donation items to one of their services and drop them off in the black labeled bins. Don't miss the annual summer series at Life Church Rio Rancho at the Movies, where Pastor Craig Rochelle pulls biblical truth from popular movies. Enjoy tons of photo ops, movie popcorn, and more. It's a great time to invite friends and family to church. This year's campus theme is from a beloved Disney Pixar film, but you'll have to see it spring to life to find out which one. At the Movies starts July 8th. If you know about a fun event going on this summer in your community or at your church, let us know. All you have to do is fill out the form online at star88.fm. For more information about events happening in your community and so much more, visit star88.fm. For what's happening, I'm Heidi, and this is Star 88.
A.B. Simpson said this: when God wants to bring more power into our lives, he brings more pressure. He is generating spiritual force by friction. A reminder and a solar flare on Star 88.
The house is so simple, faith like a child. I give you an inch and you take me a mile. I feel the wind rush and the thunder roll. 2 feet on the water, only one way to go. Yeah. I don't gotta be afraid no more, no. 'Cause I know you up through the storm. I'm more than just a talker. I'm a wave walker. I'm dancing on water. When the devil tries to shake me, I just pray harder. Even in my darkest hour, I got Holy Ghost power. When I keep my eyes upon you, Jesus, I'm a wave walker. I'm a wave walker, wave walker. Over my fears, over my doubt. The supernatural, it feels so natural now. I don't gotta be afraid no more, 'cause I know you up through the storm. I'm more than just a talker, I'm a wave walker. I'm a wave walker, I'm dancing on water. When the devil tries to shake me, I just pray harder. Even in my darkest hour, I got Holy Ghost power. When I keep my eyes upon you, Jesus, I'm a wave walker. Wave walker. Don't you hear me now? When I keep my eyes upon you, Jesus, I'm a wave walker. Wave walker. Gonna keep my eyes on you.
Morris reminds us it's all about the heart.
It's all about the heart. Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be. Some people say, well, they're after my money. Let me explain something to you. Yes, God is after not the church. God is after your money because he's after your heart. And your heart is connected to your wallet. I guarantee you, I've seen it. There's a string from your heart to your wallet. Because I've watched people, when they start to reach back, it hurts. If God can get your wallet, listen to me, he can get your heart. And I'm not the one that said it. Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Your heart follows your treasure. You put your treasure in a stock, you put some money in a stock, you'll start going on the internet checking to see how that stock's doing. And you never checked it before.
Robert Morris and a Star 88 PowerPoint. Hey,
what's going on in the news today?
There are multiple fatalities and injuries in a shooting in Anne Arundel County, Maryland.
Trump told reporters he and Putin will discuss a range of issues, including Ukraine and Syria.
I've said it from day one, getting along with Russia and with China and with everybody is a very good thing. It's good for the world, it's good for us, it's good for everybody.
Several hundred people have been charged in a massive federal fraud investigation.
The Department of Justice, in conjunction with the Department of Health and Human Services, is announcing the largest healthcare fraud takedown in American history.
Amazon is expanding into the prescription drug market.
EU leaders are sitting down in Brussels to discuss migration.
Nearly 1/4 of adults say they exercise enough each week to meet government recommendations, up 3% from 2015.
Toys R Us will close its last U.S. stores.
The Dow Jones Industrials closing up 89 points.
In the UK, a shortage of carbon dioxide is affecting supplies of beer, cider, and refrigerated foods.
An extensive renovation project is underway right now at Buckingham Palace.
The House has signed off on a $675 billion military spending bill, which includes a 2.6% raise for the military.
Jerry Brown has signed a measure blocking new local taxes on soda and other sugary drinks for the next 12 years.
Good morning. Jackson Steve-O, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
And now it's time for something completely different. Toby Mac is live right now, guys.
Toby Mac is live?
I'm
What?
seriously watching this live. I can't believe it. Yeah, this is live. Go, dude, I'm surprised you don't know because Bill should have told you. Toby Mac is live on Fox News right now.
Way to go, Bill. Thanks a lot, man. How do I watch?
I gave you the link. Hurry, bro.
Where's the link? Oh, the link is at the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Right here. Hold on.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
There it is. All right. We're going live with Toby Mac. We'll see what he's doing right now.
He's performing one track live. Did you miss it?
No, I got it right here, bro.
Look,
It's right here, dude.
Look.
All right, folks, it's time for Toby Mac.
I just need you.
I want to hear how it sounds
All right,
live.
hope he's ready.
So if you guys didn't know, Fox and Friends has an All-American Summer Concert Series. Lee Greenwood, Thompson Square.
Look at Toby.
Some Mercy Me, they played already. Three Doors Down.
What?
They had Leonard Skinner last week.
You got to be kidding me.
Today, right now, Toby Mac.
Last night put the heavy on.
You like that?
That was great.
Hit the post, dog.
You nailed it.
Yep.
This world got a way of showing.
Ooh, he sounds rough.
Stop it. It sounds good.
Some days it'll lift you up. Some days it'll call you bluff. Man, most of my days I ain't got enough.
He looks good. Good hat right there. Let's see. For King and Country is going to be playing in August.
Oh, nice.
Philip Phillips. Scott Stapp.
Shut up.
Not joking.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Guys, we're live with Toby Mac on FoxNews.com.
Isn't that weird? He's live from the Fox News Plaza.
Bill is losing his mind right
Probably. His favorite things. Yeah.
now. Who's Toby Mac?
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
So actually, you don't. It's not live anymore.
No, we got to do the whole thing.
I guess he performs. He's going to be performing a few songs today, actually. So, and if you want to catch his interview, he actually talked about fusing Christian themes with hip hop beats and whatnot.
Nice.
Also, Leonard Skinner in Sweet Home Alabama. So if you want to see that, that's
good.
They did that also.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Today. Right now.
Coming up today at 8:10 a.m., Leah Thompson will be joining us on The Morning Invasion. She, of course, was in the Back to the Future trilogy. She was Michael J. Fox's mom. She's a beautiful human being, and she's going to be on the show talking about a couple things. She's got a new movie out called The Year of Spectacular Men, and she also stars as Caroline on Caroline in the City.
Starred.
Oh, is that not on anymore?
Dude, Red Dawn, Howard the Duck. We're going to talk a little bit about your purpose, pursuing your dreams versus what God has created you for. I'm excited about that, dude. Leah Thompson.
8:10 a.m. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. Of course, Freedom Celebration is today and tomorrow. Again, there'll be the evening invasion kicking off at 5 o'clock. Both nights we'll be doing the pre-show leading up to 7 when everything starts. The bands, man. Battle Drums Worship, Triple E, Sarah Reeves, Matt Maher, 10th Avenue North, Pastor Skip Heitzig, and Fireworks. It's free. Yeah. It's free, guys. Don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited to be a part of it again this year, and we can't wait to hang out with you. And, of course, 4th of July is next Wednesday. Here's some things that you didn't know about the 4th of July. Steve-O? True or false? We declared independence from Great Britain on July 4th, 1776.
False!
That's false?
False!
When did we, then?
July 2nd.
Oh, my gosh. No way. You are the smartest man alive. Yeah, if you said July 4th, 1776, you were wrong. Steve-O was right. July 2nd. In fact, John Adams expected July 2nd to be our National Independence Day.
Yeah. That's real. You know how I know that? AMC television.
No way.
Turn. Washington Spies.
Oh, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
That show was incredible.
I still haven't watched. Is it over? Did they
Yeah.
end it? Oh,
Yeah.
man. I think I'm 2 seasons behind.
It was all about, like, the original spies. Oh, man. George Washington was all up in it. It was so good.
True or false?
Eggs Benedict.
I love Eggs Benedict.
Yeah, well, you won't after you see Benedict
Really?
Arnold.
Oh.
What a jerk!
The Declaration of Independence was signed July 4th, 1776. True or false?
Ooh. That's not in the show, so I don't really know. I'm going to say... I know it wasn't all signed in the same sitting. It was signed over, like... So, like... Sure.
You're going to say true?
Some people signed it that day. No. Yeah. No. I'm going to say it's false.
You're going to say false?
That's false. Yes!
Good job, man. Yep.
Yes!
It was signed by 56 different people over a 6-month period. And most of them signed on August 2nd, 1776.
Okay.
It was formally adopted by the Continental Congress on July 4th. Man, you are an American.
I am an American.
You're an American.
I'm a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Hulk Hogan.
True or false? The first public reading of the Declaration was on July 7th, 1776 in Philadelphia.
Well, if we declared our independence on July 2nd, why would the public reading be 5 days later? Well, because even back then, our government worked really, really, really slowly. I'm going to say true. Dang.
It was actually July 8th, 1776.
It was even later!
July 8th.
It was even later, guys.
They rang the Liberty Bell to summon people to Independence Hall for the reading.
That's cool.
All right.
Is that why that's the Liberty Bell? That's why it's
Yeah,
called that?
dude. Come on, bro.
I don't know. I just know it's got a crack in it.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Did you really make that up about the Liberty Bell?
No, that's true.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
but I mean, I don't know. That's why they call it the Liberty Bell.
Okay.
True or false? John McCain was the last person to sign the Declaration in January of 1777.
John McCain.
Yeah, bro.
John McCain.
John McCain. He's so old.
I'm going to go ahead and say false on that one.
Are you sure?
I'm going to say false.
Yep, you are correct. John McCain was the last person to sign the Declaration in January of 1777.
Man, you almost had me there. I mean, I knew he was old.
There could have been maybe John McClane. John McClane?
John McClane. Die Hard. McClane.
John McClane. All right, a couple more here. Just learning all about 4th of
country,
July.
bro.
True or false? The word patriotism comes from the Latin word patria, meaning fatherland. True or false?
False. Ah!
No, that is correct.
It just
That is
you had
correct.
that really weird
voice
going, and I just thought, there's no way he's trying to trick me. Okay.
If you're patriotic, you're saying the United States is your fatherland, man. This is our fatherland.
This land is your land.
This land is our land.
Okay.
From the coast to coast of
No.
the great mountain plains. Okay. Here we go. One more. No, two more. True or false?
Or one more.
No, we got two more. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both died on the 50th anniversary of the first Independence Day. July 4th, 1826.
True.
That is true?
Yes.
Good job.
That one I actually knew.
Isn't that crazy? They both died on the 50th anniversary?
Because they were not bros. They were not bros. Yeah. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
No, they weren't like, you mean they didn't like each other?
Right. Yeah. Their relationship was strained,
Really?
dog.
It was strained?
Yes.
Why?
They were frenemies, bro. That's actually real.
Oh.
I'm being totally serious. Founding frenemies.
No kidding.
Thanks, History Channel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How come?
They were the odd couple of the American Revolution. They first met as delegates to the Continental Congress in 1775. The following year, Adams would personally select Jefferson to draft the Declaration of Independence. Profoundly different in physical appearance and demeanor, Jefferson was tall, elegant, philosophical, while Adams was short, stout, and prone to vivid outbursts of emotions, much like Dex and Steve-O in The Morning Invasion.
Beautiful.
The two nevertheless became close friends. The friendship grew stronger in the 1780s when Adams and Jefferson served diplomatic missions to Europe while living in France and England. Both Adams and his wife Abigail consoled Jefferson after a loss of his wife Martha.
Were all women named Martha back then?
And grew to consider him almost a part of the family. However, things got complicated when both men returned to the good old United States of America and the heated debate over the new nation's government began.
You feel stupid.
As Secretary of State in George Washington's cabinet, Jefferson was driven by a fear of a powerful central authority and gravitated toward the new Republican Party. Adams, who was vice president, was largely marginalized in his administration, favored a strong central government to ensure the new nation's survival and align himself with the Federalist
Oh, the
Party.
Federalist Party? That's why right there.
This is really long and
It's
boring.
like Fox
Basically,
News versus CNN.
Yeah, bro.
It's like Adams was CNN
Yeah,
and
bro.
Jefferson was like, I'm Fox News.
Just saying. They became frenemies.
I got one more for you.
Okay.
True or false? Congress didn't make the 4th a federal holiday until 1949.
True.
1941.
Oh.
You were close, bro. I mean, you
sorry,
were so
I was still
close.
reading about
50-50
Jeffersons
chance.
and
It was
Adams.
50-50
I was like,
chance.
I don't even know the question.
Yeah, you know, you were close, bro.
Okay.
It was very close. Guys, coming up on Wednesday is 4th of July. What we'd like you to do is take about 2 hours out of your life and watch Independence Day.
No, we're not watching
Starring Will
Independence
Smith.
Day. No.
Bill Pullman, one of the greatest presidents of our time.
I mean,
he graduated from Montana State University. He was a great American. And we wouldn't be here today without Will Smith and Bill. So take a couple hours out of your day and watch that movie. And,
there you go.
Barbecue burgers, steaks, any sort of meat that you would like.
I like that.
Even if you're a vegetarian, it's fine to throw the veggies on the grill. And you're
the
still
veggies.
considered American.
Okay. I
fine.
mean,
You're still-
although I did rock asparagus and potatoes
See?
yesterday.
On the grill? That's what I'm talking. You know what Bill taught me? Is I used to always put when I put corn on the barbecue, I used to leave.
Yeah, why not?
No, take them out of the husk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I've never. This corn was
But do you
so
still,
amazing.
You still pull away like the innards and stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
even if you leave the husks on.
Yeah,
you
he
still
pulled
strip
everything off
the-
and he just threw the corn and the cob right on the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
It was the sweetest corn I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
It was so good. I always just left them in the
Yeah,
husk.
but that's because the butter and everything, because you want it to stay. Did he wrap it in foil?
No, he just threw it on there. It was dude, try it.
No.
I said the same thing. I'm like, dude, you're doing it all wrong. And then
He
nope.
lost all. He lost all
All
the
right,
flavor.
you know what? You miss out then.
Lost all
You're
the
the one who
flavor.
misses out on greatness. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Hey, another movie recommendation for the July 4th week. Team America,
Nope.
World Police.
Nope.
Freedom is
Okay.
in
All right. we can't endorse that, sir. Thank you so much for calling, though. We love you. God bless America. Thank you.
What is the most American movie?
I said it, dude. Independence Day. Okay, followed by Rambo. Okay?
No.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, remember the start time it said watching Independence Day is a family tradition for us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by shooting fireworks at each other.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that at all.
Don't do that at all.
It's
Every
a
year,
terrible idea.
every year we get videos of idiots that have lost eyes, hands, toes, lives because they were shooting fireworks.
Guys,
at
what
each
is the
other.
most patriotic movie?
Dude, POW The Escape, bro. James Carradine, what? Give me something else, huh? What? Ooh,
How
The
about-
Patriot.
I was just about to say, The Patriot?
That's a great one.
Captain America, the First Avenger?
Dude, it's Captain America. Good
Air
call.
Force One?
That was a good movie.
Oh, Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a list of the most patriotic movies, and oh my gosh, Red Dawn is on the list. We'll be talking with Leah Thompson.
That's right.
In 20 minutes. 18 to be exact, counting it down.
Thank you so much for calling.
Hello, Breaker.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. So let's see, the most American movie that I got, Top Gun,
Yep. Felicia said it too.
Independence Day,
Yep.
a little bit of Rambo, and then for good measure, Rocky, what is it, Rocky 4, where he faces Drago.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You great
Rocky
call,
4.
man. Any of the Rockies will do.
What about
Even
Superman
Creed.
2? You guys missed Superman 2. Remember he's got the giant American flag and he's flying with the American flag?
Yeah, those are lame.
America.
Or like
America. Okay.
America. What else is there? Dukes of Hazzard. That's pretty
Dukes of
American.
Hazzard. Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something
Mr.
bounced
Smith
under
goes to
my
Washington.
undercarriage.
All right. You can go.
God bless you.
God bless
you,
sir.
and
We'll
God
see
bless the United States of America. Rocky 4 was actually number 9 on the list of the 25 most patriotic films of all
No
time,
kidding.
according to Entertainment Weekly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to agree with that.
Top Gun was number 8.
Going back to Rocky 4, if you didn't know, you had the most American person you could get.
No.
Fly to Russia, train in the snow.
Okay, no, moving on.
And
Patton
what?
was number 5. Number 4, actually, speaking of USA and the Russians, Miracle.
That was a great movie.
Documented the miracle
I
on
cried
ice.
like a baby on that one.
Glory was number 3.
Glory was
Why would
beautiful.
you want to watch a Civil War movie on the 4th of July?
Dude, Glory was awesome.
Yeah, but like that's when America was divided.
What about Armageddon?
According to Entertainment Weekly, the number 1 most patriotic film of all time, because of this survey, gosh, Saving Private Ryan.
It's such a great movie.
I'll tell you right now, that film, I saw at the movie theater, And I remember this gentleman. He was pretty elderly at the time. When they stormed the beach of Normandy, he was wailing. He was weeping, man. And when that movie ended, I'm not making this up. He stood up at the end of the movie and he saluted the film.
Oh my gosh, he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah. No, yes.
He was there?
Yes, he was.
Oh my gosh.
So I just remember being in the movie theater and being completely I like speechless because it was like the most intense thing I'd ever seen, and it was like I just couldn't fathom war at that point in my life. 1998 when it released.
Yeah. I do remember them interviewing the guys that were over there, and they said that they nailed it. Saving Private Ryan nailed.
Yeah. Now it is obviously, as I mentioned, it's my children. Well, they have not. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like being at war, man.
Somebody said Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man. Oh man, don't even get me started about that. That's why I rode motorcycles.
Seriously? I've never seen it.
Don Johnson.
Never seen it.
Mickey Rourke.
No, bro, I've never seen that.
It's not the most
over the top. Good call. Hey, go ahead. Good morning.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Dude, one of my favorite patriotic movies is Flags of Our Fathers.
Ooh, yeah. Clint Eastwood.
That is a really good one.
Then you could watch the other part of that from the other side, from the Japanese side, Letters from Iwo Jima.
That's a good call.
It's a gnarly movie, dude.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
God bless America. What's the most patriotic movie?
No.
What is it, guys?
Somebody said National Treasure. We're going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
No.
No?
Talladega Nights.
Stupid.
Tell me what else could
Somebody
beat Talladega.
said Band of Brothers right there.
Band of Brothers was great. That was a good one. Yeah.
Felicia says Code Talkers. We're from New Mexico.
Code Talkers was really good.
Yeah.
Good call on that one.
Wow, man, people are chiming in left and right. Here's my thing, though. I'm not going to lie. I can't remember the last time I watched a movie on the 4th of July. 4th of July is like barbecue, family, you're outside, you're catching fireworks.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you want to, how about this? If you want to watch a movie on the 4th of July, you get your firework fix this weekend, Freedom Celebration, and then you can enjoy a movie on Independence Day.
That's right, guys. We kick things off at 5 o'clock tonight. And tomorrow, we got the 2-hour pre-show at Isotopes Park. So get there early. We're telling you, this thing fills up.
Yes.
And it
does.
You want to get a good spot. The fireworks show is amazing, and we got fireworks both nights. And, bring the fam. It's going to be awesome. Last year's event was amazing. Over 20 churches have partnered with us this year. So we're excited to see what God's going to do, and we're praying that many would come to know Jesus. It's going to be a really good weekend, and it's beautiful weather too. So, yeah. We talked to Summer yesterday, and she said that
sealed bottled water.
Bottled water. That was what you could bring in.
Yep.
Could you bring in like umbrellas or anything like that? Was that allowed?
Umbrellas?
Yeah, for the sun, maybe. I was just thinking I need to bring my umbrella.
Please have an umbrella on stage when we're doing the pre-show tonight.
It's one thing that I remember last year going, man, the sun is just killing us.
Brutal.
I'm bringing an umbrella.
Okay. Guys, our pre-show kicks off 5 p.m. It's the Freedom Celebration Invasion.
Yep.
5 p.m. live at Isotopes Park. Do not miss out.
You know what else
tonight.
I'm going to get is I'm going to get us each one of those spray bottles with the fan.
Thank you.
See, that would be great, right?
Yeah. A little mister.
Yep. I'll bring the sunscreen.
Okay. Need all of this. I'm going to wear my Isotopes hat.
All right. When we come back, Leah Thompson, of course, Back to the Future, guys. She was Michael J. Fox's mom in Back to the Future. Come on, man.
Howard the Duck.
She'll be joining us. Leah Thompson.
Red Dawn.
Next. Don't go anywhere.
Do you ever wonder if God really did create the world in 7 days? Was the Tower of Babel real? Why did Cain murder his brother Abel? And just how big was that boat Noah built? Find the biblical answers you want to questions like these when you get Pastor Skip Heitzig's newest book. You can understand the book of Genesis. Genesis is the key that unlocks your understanding of the rest of Scripture, not just the origins of man, but also the origins of man's redemption.
The whole Bible is filled with Jesus. That's why we study the Old Testament. I've been asked, why don't you just study the New Testament? Well,
Because Jesus said to those religious leaders of his day, search the scriptures, for in them you think that you have eternal life, but these are they which testify of me.
That's why we'd love to send you your copy of You Can Understand the Book of Genesis when you give today to help connect more people to God's Word on this and other stations. So call now to get your copy of this helpful resource when you give. 800-922-1888. You can also give online at connectwithskip.com/offer.
C.S. Lewis is coming to Santa Fe. Award-winning actor Max McLean portrays C.S. Lewis on stage in The Most Reluctant Convert. Theater Mania says that McLean delivers an uncannily spot-on performance. The Chicago Sun-Times describes it as provocative and highly entertaining, and the Washington Post calls it hugely moving. C.S. Lewis on stage, The Most Reluctant Convert, coming July 18th and 19th to the Lensick Theater in Santa Fe. Visit cslewisonstage.com for more info.
We're all on a mission, right? So, what's yours? Get clear instruction from God's Word on the Star 88 Mission Briefing. We picked our favorite Bible teachers, so you don't have to spend hours digging through iTunes looking for the podcast. Every Sunday starting at 6 p.m., you'll hear from the best Bible teachers like Ravi Zacharias, Skip Heitzig, Levi Lusko, and more. The full lineup is at star88.fm. Tune in Sundays, 6 p.m., only on Star 88. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Star 88, New Mexico's Fresh Alternative.
But it's time
Let's do this.
Yes! The Morning Invasion.
They require equipment and staff and a travel budget and just a little bit of special sauce.
Okay, we're not that high maintenance, okay? Good morning. It's June 29th. Day one of Freedom Celebration, Isotopes Park. It's going down. 2 days, guys. Today and tomorrow. Come and join us. We kick things off with the pre-show at 5. And the show starts at 7. Who are you excited for? What are you excited for the most?
Leah Thompson. Oh, tonight.
Yeah, bro.
Sorry.
She's not going to be there tonight, dude.
I know. Sorry.
But
10th Avenue North.
Leah Thompson is calling in about 4 minutes, so just hold on to your horses, guys. You know, Back to the Future.
Red Dawn. Howard the Duck.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know her because I've done so much research for these next 10 minutes of my life.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. Leah Thompson coming up. But yeah, tonight, 10th Avenue North, Mount Mars, Sarah Reeves, Trip Lee. Tons of stuff for the kids to do, face painting, bounce houses out there, and fireworks. Both nights, guys. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Really, really looking forward to 10th Avenue North.
Mm-hmm.
I love those dudes.
I love you, dude. What?
Thanks, man. Yeah, tonight, Isotopes Park. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a good time.
I tell you what, man. Let me tell you what.
5 p.m. it kicks off. And that's the pre-show with us. And, of course, we will have numerous guests take the stage with us tonight and tomorrow night. So, you know it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, there will be Spanish translation tonight.
Nice. I love it. I love the sign language.
Yeah.
You just call them translators. Like the
yeah, what else would you call them?
Well, what are the sign language? They have like an
we
official
call those
name.
The signers of the
signers.
times.
They're the signers.
The signers of the times.
I love watching them when it's like a rock concert.
Passionate.
When
Yes.
it's a rock concert. I was watching one this morning. It was this metal band.
What?
This metal band. And right, this is kind of weird, right? That you brought that up.
This is very weird.
I'll have to pull up the video for you. There's a metal band called Lamb of God. And there was a signer, and she was just like, oh, she was going crazy. It's so great, man, because they get into it. I love it. When we were at Dallas Stadium for Harvest America,
AT&T,
they were doing the same thing. They were dancing and they were signing.
Yep.
Oh, it was so great. It was really cool,
dude.
You want to learn sign language with me, bro? It could be a cool thing to learn. What?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I want to do sign language.
You want to take a class with me?
No.
No?
No, that would be fun, actually. Back when I was younger, I could do the alphabet. Now I can't. Unfortunately,
Really? You
I don't remember it. No.
That's what they say. They say, like, if you learn a language, I think as an adult, you want to learn a language when you're young, when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But as an adult, when you learn, if you're not constantly using the language, you forget about it. You forget it. Where do you want to move, man? What do you want to learn?
I'd love to actually, because Spanish was the first language I learned, the first words I spoke, I should say, not the first language I learned. So I'd love to get better at that because my grandparents, they spoke Spanish, and most exclusively my mom's family would speak Spanish, especially at the dinner table when they didn't want us to know what they were talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I feel like that's a lot of work. I was more thinking Canada or Australia.
Oh, yeah. No,
United Kingdom. That language isn't as hard as Spanish, bro. Okay? French. No, that's gonna take a lot of work.
This is true.
So I'm thinking more Canada. I'm French Canadian. I think I could do it.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
I'm in. You know? I'm Italian and Hungarian as well, but Hungarian is one of the hardest languages to learn.
Friend of the show, Starmy member, said sign language is awesome. Me and my sister speak across the room. No one knows what we're talking about.
See? My grandpa made up his own language, which I can't talk about right now because Leah Thompson. Oh, good morning, Carl.
Hey, good morning. How'd you know it was me?
I don't know. I just guessed.
He guessed, dude. We don't.
Oh, that's. Sorry. What? There's a bad reception. Anyway, I got Leah Thompson for you. She's such a sweetheart.
Dude,
and I told her
I
told her you guys were too.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
bro. Love you, dude.
Yeah, 'cause she's like, she's like, I hate misogynistic men, and I'm like, these guys are totally not.
That is so good. What else did you tell her about me? I've had a crush on her since I was 6 years old. So is
I
there?
wanted to save it all for you. I wasn't going to give everything away. You
Okay.
guys have to do an interview, you know.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, here we go.
See you, man.
All right, Leah, here's Dex and Steve-O and Al.
Leah Thompson.
Hello, how are you?
Oh
Feels so
my
good.
gosh, we are so very excited. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Yeah, you probably haven't been to Albuquerque since the Red Dawn days.
Red Dawn was Las Vegas, New Mexico, not Albuquerque, bro.
Oh, well, I mean New Mexico. My bad.
I've made a couple movies in Albuquerque since then.
Yeah,
and
cool.
Las Vegas, New Mexico is literally the coolest place in the world. I always make a pilgrimage when I'm in Santa Fe or in Albuquerque to go to Las Vegas, which is the coolest town.
I will tell you, I grew up there and then moved down here, so I'm not going to lie. I don't want to freak you out. I might have had a crush on you for the last 35 years of my life, so I'm going to try not to hyperventilate, but when I was a little kid,
Here
you
we
guys
go.
filmed Red Dawn in Las Vegas, and I still scream Wolverines every time I drive through Las Vegas, New Mexico. So
You still have family there?
no, everybody's since like moved away, you know, unfortunately, but we're all either down here, Albuquerque, Arizona. You know, people get older. My mom's like, I need to go where it's warm, so she's in Phoenix.
We tore up that town. That
You
was
did,
crazy.
right? So
The whole
man.
town was involved in the movie. Like, it was crazy. Like, you could never do that again.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So, man, we're so excited to have you on the show. So earlier this morning, we had the head coach of our Arena Football League in, and he was talking about when he was a kid, baseball was his favorite sport, and he just knew he was going to be a baseball player, but he didn't have the build for baseball. So when he was in high school, his coach said, "You're not playing baseball, you're playing football." And it changed the course of his life because now here he is, the head coach of this football program, and they're playing for the championship this weekend. And so it got us talking about wanting to pursue a dream versus what God has created you for, right? Like we all have these different passions and desires. And you had a huge desire to be a dancer. And it didn't go that way. Talk a little bit about that, pursuing that dream and what happened.
Well, I think you put it exactly what happened to him is what happened to me. I was a dancer. I really wanted to be a dancer. I didn't really have the body for it. So Brishkov told me I was too stocky when I was trying to get into the ABT, the American Ballet Theater, and so I quit dancing and became an actor, and so it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
It's been good for me, and now the world is saying there's no parts for an older actress, so I've transitioned into directing. I've been directing for like 12 years. I did a bunch of movies for Hallmark, and I've done the Goldbergs. I've done my show Switched at Birth, and now I directed my own first feature film called The Year of Spectacular Men.
What's it like to work with your daughters? I had the opportunity to hang out with one of your daughters. That was about 4 or 5 years ago, and what a sweetheart she was. She was so nice, and it's got to be such a cool thing as a mom to be able to work with your kids, right?
Yes, my daughter Madeline, my older daughter Madeline Deutsch, who was started as a musician and has since become an actress. She's on Outcast, that's coming out right now on Cinemax. She's on that series. She had this terrible year, and I said, "Why don't you write a script?" And she said, "I'll call it The Year of Spectacular Men." And then we were like, "Okay, then I'll direct it, and you'll write it, you'll star in it, and Zoe, you'll play her sister, and I'll play your mom, and you'll produce." And, you know, so we all kind of banded together, and we made this movie we're super proud of. It's really funny, and it's really honest. It's a really honest take at what a millennial woman goes through in terms of, like, trying to figure out what to do with her life and trying to navigate the dating world such as it is right now.
Right.
And it's so unusual for a movie to be written by a young woman for a young woman, and also for sisters to play sisters. So it's an independent movie, and it's funny and it's beautiful, and I she cast me as a lesbian, so I get to kiss a beautiful woman. So, like, there's something for everyone, really.
Did she do that on purpose because you're her mom? And she was like, well, let's stretch my mom because she's been married to the same man for 29 years, and this is acting. So we're going to go completely out of character.
Yes. Yeah. There were some kind of autobiographical aspects, but some that were completely not.
Right.
Because in the story, it kind of deals with depression. So her father has unfortunately killed himself. So he's not in the picture at all. So it's kind of like about that too. You know, like how do you deal with depression and anxiety and all those things? Of course, in a funny way.
Right. Well, and you know what? It's something that's not talked about enough. Dex and I talk about this because the late George Carlin once talked about the fact that if you can disarm somebody with comedy, you can open them up to real issues, real topics. And I think that's what we try to do here on our show as well. Just you interject that comedy, but then you can dive deep, like talking about what your purpose is, what you were created for, talking about things like anxiety, depression that hit hard, you know. For Dex and I, as Christians especially, it's like we don't talk enough about that because the church would say, oh, well, you know, you're happy and you're so full of joy and love and it's wonderful, and what's wrong with you? Why aren't you happy all the time? And it's like, no, dude, we are broken humans and we're going to go through trials and struggles and depression. And so I'm glad that there's something out there like the Year of Spectacular Men where you could use comedy as this vehicle to drive a very real conversation about stuff like that.
That's so beautifully put. And I feel that way too. I do. I feel like there is a really interesting thing about this culture and the world right now. It's kind of like this kind of tyranny of happiness. Like you have to pretend like you're supposed to be happy all the time. And I agree with you. I don't think that God intended us to be like happy all the time, because then you wouldn't have empathy for people who are going through something else.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a really interesting movie because she has this beautiful monologue at the end of the movie where she really talks about that, about how you always think that there is the one thing that's going to make it all click together, and there isn't the one thing, and that life is really just about enjoying the moment and learning and loving and being a good sister, and and that's what the journey of life is, and it's really the way she created it. But there's a lot of laughter and there's a lot of like making fun of how hard it is to date right now and how complicated it is to be a millennial. I mean, I really think they have a hard time right now. I really do. Like, you can't even afford a place to live anymore.
Right.
On a salary. Like, they have to live with their parents. Like, we didn't have to. I didn't have to. I mean, you could get an apartment for, like, $400. I mean, adjusted for inflation, it would be like $1,000. But you can't get that. And you have to have insurance, and a cell phone costs $700, and you have to have internet, and it's like they're tethered in a way that we weren't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Why didn't you see this, Lorraine? I mean, you traveled, you know the future, and the future looks much different than we were promising Back to the Future too. I'm waiting for flying cars. I need my hoverboard.
So disappointing.
I know. No one could predict these crazy phones that we're all addicted to, and like the crazy Twitter-ness of the world. No one predicted that.
Were you hoping that the Cubbies were going to in fact win the World Series so that you could say that your movie actually correctly predicted something in the future?
It was fun. It was a fun moment for people.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yes, whatever. It wasn't meant to. We didn't think people were going to be watching the movie 30 years later. I think they were trying to create a future that was funny and bright. It was all about the comedy, It was all about the jokes. So anyway, but I am impressed that people still love the movie. And I think since we were kind of talking deeply, I think it's really a deep thing that movie talks about, how one good thing, one moment where you actually do the right thing, where you're kind or you're helpful or you make the right decision, it can change your whole life. And not only your life, but your child's life.
Yeah, amen.
That's good.
That message is really important, that the little things we do every single day add up to add up to a better life. You know, being kind, being in control, doing the right thing, loving your fellow man are all really, really important things. And I think that deep message is what makes that movie actually endure.
Amen. And it's still, to this day, arguably the greatest film of all time. I mean, it's on lists of, you know, seriously, I have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and last night I'm saying, guys, I'm interviewing Mrs. McFly tomorrow, and they're losing their minds, and here I am, like, turning 40 in a couple weeks going, I'm losing my mind. My 5-year-old's losing his mind. And so
it holds up.
It does hold up, and I think it's because of the message. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the message endures, and so when something like that stands the test of time, be proud. I mean, we're so stoked to have been able to talk to you for a moment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're so lovely. Lucky.
So next time you come on the show, we'll talk Howard the Duck. I still have Howard the Duck #1 because of you, so... Talk a little bit about that.
Awesome.
So
That's awesome, but I have to say, you can buy The Year of Spectacular Men on Amazon and iTunes and VOD right now. It is R-rated, though, I have to say.
Yeah.
So it's not for the kids.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Leah, thank you so very, very much. You know, I've always loved you since I was and now you're just my favorite human. So thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right.
God bless you.
We'll
Have
see
a great
Leah.
day.
She was awesome. How sweet was she? Beautiful, man. And you know what's cool is, you know, I love that somebody can, you know, because sometimes you get people that were in those movies back in the day that are so huge now, and that's like they don't want to talk about it, you know? And she was all about it. You okay, bro? You all right?
It's a little warm.
I know you are. The studio's so hot in here.
It is so hot in here. That's what I meant.
It's like a furnace next to me.
Somebody said, you guys are the only Christians I know who can still keep it real when certain things are said. That lesbian comment probably would have put off a lot of other Christians, but you guys are great with these conversations. Thank you so much for what you do.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's it.
Yep.
Getting to have a real conversation with somebody.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Lorraine thinks we're lovely. Somebody said that.
Yep. No,
Yes,
she said
she
you,
did.
bro.
Okay.
She said you. I want you to have that. I'm giving that to you.
Wilbur chimed in and said, we actually just had our kids watch Back to the Future last week, and even though they fought us the whole time to watch it, they loved it by the time it was done.
I've had to
It
do
truly is. Robert Zemeckis directed, arguably. It's on, there's so many different lists of, okay, what are, you know, the greatest... It's up there, man.
No, you're right, man.
It is
still
absolutely
does.
up there.
My kids, they loved it.
Yeah.
They really did, and they don't like movies from the 80s.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, because a lot of them, sadly, are cheesy.
Yeah.
They didn't really hold well. And when you look at films from that era, a lot of those films are being remade because it was like, well, it wasn't done right. No one is ever going to touch the Back to the Future trilogy because they are perfect.
Oh, well, I don't know if you would say that. You just wait. You know, Back to the Future remade is going to be like the Ghostbusters.
Robert Zemeckis, who wrote and directed, he did Pulp Fiction. He did not do Pulp Fiction. He did Forrest Gump. He did so many phenomenal films. Has stated like that is off limits. Like they won't let that one happen.
All
so
right. Just waiting for the female version to come out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Just saying. All right.
Most people are just chiming in basically just to say Leah is the coolest actor. She's really sweet.
She really is.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, we got to take a break. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Again, today, Freedom Celebration kicks off. Doors are at 5. We'll be out there hanging out doing the pre-show from 5 to 7. And fireworks both nights. Pastor Skip Heitzig throwing down tonight. And tons of great music. 10th Avenue North. Battle Drums Worship. Matt Marr. Sarah Reeves. Trip Lee. Tons of stuff for the kids to do.
Somebody said, yo, could you please try and interview Jennifer Love Hewitt? It's hilarious when Steve-O geeks out. Dude, I will tell you right now.
He would die of a heart attack.
And
he's 40 now, guys.
I follow her on Instagram, and I sit and just watch her Insta stories and like...
She's about ready to get... I'm going to unfollow her in a second.
No!
She does too many stories.
No! How dare you, sir?
Ugh,
How dare you?
She does like 50 a day.
But no, we will never be able to interview her. I don't know if I can handle
You
it.
just write the questions down, and I'll pitch them to her.
I was glad I pre-wrote down all of my questions because I care about good interviews. Because as soon as she started talking and she still sounds exactly like herself, it was like,
You're a weirdo.
It's Leah Thompson, dude!
It was awesome. If you missed it, it'll be up on demand after the show. All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Tony Evans. This is a Starty 8 Supernova.
The reason why you're going to die, and it's 100% guaranteed, is because of sin that's been passed through the human race and that we commit, and the sentence is death. All men are sinners. Sin has a